Hello everybody, this is E. Harper from supermarcy.com and welcome back to another LGBT horror review. May. May was directed by Mr. Lucky McKee, a very eclectic and decidedly more underground filmmaker. But his massive film in recent years was May, which stars Angela Bettis, Anna Faris, and Jeremy Sisto. The reason why I chose this film is that not only is it a little sort of underground, but I feel it has a very sensitive portrayal of a lesbian or sort of a pseudo-lesbian relationship. So May deals with one of the character named May, played by Angela Bettis, and she's a sweetheart, but she's also very mentally troubled. She's always been lonely for all of her life. She's never had a straightforward human friend. So she's come to rely a lot on her dolls. May loves dolls. She loves to collect them. She loves to talk to them. You know, those dolls are her world. But as time goes on, she's pushed into associating into the real world, and she meets Anna Faris, who is a co-worker at a veterinary surgery. And Anna Faris's character is more or less somewhat of a linchpin for May's sexuality. On top of that, she also meets Jeremy Sisto's character, and he has a huge appreciation for horror. So that's a little bit of a meta message in May, if you will. So both Sisto and Faris's character influence Angela Bettis's May in various ways. So in many cases, this film is a parable about the tragedy of loneliness and how individuals who are decidedly more removed from the societal norm feel. Bettis is fantastic as May. She has that very sort of haunted look about her. How would I describe her? Well, as an actress, she is fantastic. She's not a mainstream household name. Okay, she isn't, say, I don't know, Meryl Streep or Nicole Kidman or Jennifer Lawrence. But for a character such as May, which could have been like very one-dimensional on paper, Bettis is able to bring her out of the script and out of the screen and basically into your heart. She's a very, very instinctive actress. Also, she seems like, with the work she has done, she's not enormously prolific, but I feel her individuality comes from herself. She's very sort of self-possessed as an actress, and she acts with instinct rather than just like showing you what you want to see. So Bettis is the main reason why May works so well. The script is also very sort of off-kilter, but it fits for the entire notion of the film. But the film's all about isolation and feeling lonely and trying to reconnect with society, but not quite making the link. With the other two principal players, Faris and Sisto, they're very good. Faris in particular is like a very thinly veiled sexual deviant, because when she sees May, she's like, ooh, hello, you know, that sort of thing. But she doesn't come across as like too vampy or too in your face. She's very, very playful, and in a sense she's quite ambiguous. Obviously she has a fancy for May, but she doesn't play it up like, say, Sharon Stone did with Catherine Trammell's bisexuality. Jeremy Sisto, he's incredibly laid back, and he isn't what you think of in terms of being a romantic lead. But again, in the context of the movie and in the script and the dialogue, he works quite well. He's very, very low-key and very laid back, but he's also incredibly charming, and you can see why May would start to become somewhat attracted to him. In terms of the LGBT themes, obviously you have lesbianism coming from Faris's character. Then you have heterosexuality coming from Sisto's character. Bettis's character is like in between. That's the thing. Coming back to Bettis's appearance, and I don't mean this as an insult, Bettis has a very unconventional physicality. She has like these big doll eyes and this very fine face, but the way her physiology is sculpted, it's not what you'd expect. And a lot of her performance comes from her physicality, how she is able to envelop all these traits of May's personality. She wants to fit in. She wants to find happiness, but she isn't prepared to, completely leave the life that she has known for most of her life. And in the end, like, she never truly escapes who she is. And that's all I'm going to say in that regard. It's a film that you have to see for yourself in order to really sort of get down to what May is about as a character. In terms of the flow of the story, it is quite good. There has been some complaint about how it tends to sort of dance around the subject of sexuality, but I think it works. The reason why I feel this approach works well is because it's not in your face. It isn't trying to do it for sensationalism, exploitation. It's intentionally ambiguous, but it still gives you a couple of bones to gnaw on, and that's what I like about it. It's not a well-known film, like just outside the horror community, but I definitely recommend checking it out if you are looking for a more sincere approach to bisexuality and pansexuality, if you will, in horror cinema. It's very tastefully done. It's not what I necessarily call scary, but it's atmospheric. It's got a very sort of left of the center vibe, and that's what helps the film. That's what helps keep the film together as a cohesive whole. So I would give May a 3 out of 5, mainly because it is held back by its own limitations in terms of story and its scope. But as a very sort of personal feature, Lucky McKee's May, it gets the job done. It has the goals it has set itself in mind, and for the most part, it reaches it. It's as good as you'd expect if you go in knowing what to expect. But in saying that, a lot of the feelings you get from the film is if you watch it personally. Like, to hear me talk about it, it is incredibly vague, and I've intentionally kept it that way. So if you are interested, I definitely recommend renting out if you can, or downloading it. So yeah, 3 out of 5, and that's another thing. I hope to see Angela Bettis in more films because I think she's fantastic. Anna Faris, again, she's great. She has that really sort of likable presence about her, and it works for her character in this movie. Very playful, kind of sexy, a little bit on the edge with that crazy face of hers. So yeah, I shall see you later, and take care. Bye.